But yes, I just mainly wanted to ask you if you would like to start with just more of like an introduction about yourself, or just like a general overview of your works, or anything like that.
Mhm. All right, yeah. Well, my name's Chelsea Bighorn. My tribal affiliations are Lakota, Dakota, Shoshone Paiute. I'm a fiber artist based in Chicago. My work focuses right now around the celebration of Native American heritage, culture, really interested in power regalia and adornment. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, with that, you touched on this already, but with what is the central theme or driving concept in your body of work? We have your Resilient Wonder show up right now. So was there any like kind of inspiration tied into that,
Mhm.
or what was that process like?
Yeah, I really started reflecting on memories of attending powwows with my family growing up in Arizona. You know, my parents would drop me, my sister, and my grandma off for an afternoon of walking around, shopping, watching dancers, and eating, visiting family and friends. And I've always been really um, enamored, I would say, with the regalia and just how colorful and um, beautiful it is, really. It's just, so much time and work goes into it. And I just really wanted to highlight some of those elements in the work, whether it be just focusing on the fringe, the beadwork, cones, jiggle cones. And it's been super fun to kind of delve into all those different techniques and um, materials into my work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love it. And I mean, we've really like loved the variety of your artwork that you have, at the Freeport Art Museum, just like the different colors. And
Mhm.
I don't know, it really, yeah, I can see a lot of that resonance in your pieces. So yeah, if you kind of talked about it a little bit as well, but describe, the creative process from initial concept to finished piece.
Mhm.
So kind of like what do you start with and how do you kind of grow into your piece over the time of making it?
Yeah, it all is kind of very um oh my gosh, I'm like it can be a little crazy sometimes. um I just start with a piece of canvas and kind of like an idea of the color, like oh, I haven't done one, in this color in a while, or maybe I'm feeling like, I don't know, I'm just feeling a certain color that day. So I just kind of pick it, dye it. And then from there, I start playing around with all of the beads that I have and looking into um, like a lot of color theory and what goes when it all comes down to like how I'm feeling that day. Like sometimes I'm like, I really like something the day before, and I'll come back into the studio the next day and be like, this is awful. I rip it all out and start over. But it kind of just becomes me playing and having fun in the studio is really what it comes down to, wanting to try new beading techniques. And that's just really where I find the most inspiration. I'll just like watch, videos of beading, look at some of my favorite artists and what they're doing. Um, I'm really fascinated now. I think you have two that have pleating, like a lot of really intense pleating.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm really into that now and just like creating more like sculptural pieces and getting weirder with the shapes. But a lot
Hmm.
of them, like once I start draping them after they're dyed, I kind of find what the shape is, with the dye, what side the dye looks best on, which is how like Ease the Burden came about. I started folding it and then I was like, wait a minute, there's something here with like the triangle. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been really fun seeing how our visitors come when they see your pieces. At first, they're just like, wow, with like the size or just like the designs on it. Then they get closer and they're like, does she
Mhm.
hand bead these? I'm like, yes, she does. You do it all.
Yeah.
And I've heard too that you hand make your cones as well.
Yeah, the I have a piece that's been ongoing since my first semester of grad school, and the cones are 5/8 of an inch. They don't make them that size. Well, they do, but they're not the shape that I want. So I
Hmm.
make all the tiny ones myself. I buy the larger ones because it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I do. I make my own tiny cones.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're truly just doing like all of the different mediums, which
Mhm.
I truly find to be super inspirational in general. But yeah, it's just been really interesting kind of learning more about the process of from starting with just the large canvas,
Mhm.
and seeing where you take it. And I love how, yeah, you do a variety of different shapes, your one that's called stalk. I love it with
Yeah.
the yellow that goes down.
Mhm.
And I really love that with, oh, what's it? It's the one that's on the hoop, that drapes down.
Oh,
Um,
reverence.
Reference, thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, it was on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, I love like just the duality of those two,
Mhm.
where it's very similar. Like you can tell it's from, like the same artist, but you've very much taken it from these different approaches.
Mhm.
So, kind of another question is, how does your art function as a vehicle for transmitting your stories, histories, or worldview? That's
Mhm.
a hard one for you.
Yeah, I like to think of it as a celebration. I am really proud of my mixed cultural heritage, and I like my art to be representative of that. Being it, some of my work combines more of my like European history, more so my paper cutting works. And I'm just really, it's fun to do. I like doing it, and I want people to, be able to enjoy the work. Like you said, when they get really close in there, they can see all the painstaking labor that goes into it. So it's nice also that it lets people like get in close and just kind of have a moment to be like, okay, let me sit with this, relax my mind, take a step
Hmm.
back. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And kind of following up with that, is there anything you would want an artist, like any advice you'd want to give an artist? Perhaps anyone that would be like watching this, would there be any kind of like creative advice you'd like to give them?
Have
And that's a tough
fun.
one. Have fun. It's the most important thing, right? Yes.
It is. Yeah, like I try to go into the studio every day and just have fun because if I'm not having fun, then I'm like, well, what am I making? You know?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so I have most I'm like most of the time I'm in a good mood when I'm making, you know. And I
That's the
think that's
most important thing.
important. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And speaking of fun, do you have any exciting projects you're currently working on or looking forward to?
Oh yeah. I'm super busy right now, which is great. So I just am finishing up my group show for my residency here in Chicago at Chicago Artist Coalition. I am in a show in St. Louis at the um, Sheldon until
Oh,
May.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing at the New Art Dealers Alliance in Miami this week. We've got a solo
Wow.
show coming up next year in LA. So just busy, busy over here.
Mhm. Booked
Yeah.
and busy. We love to hear it.